Alright, we're back for another video. Thanks for coming back to the channel. Today we're going to go through my tech gear.
What a nerd!
This is what I use when I'm out of the office, when I'm traveling, basically whenever I'm not in my basement. We will start today with the Logitech MX3 mouse. It's a nice ergo mouse. It has a really nice feel. It's got good click response, tons of extra buttons on it, really nice for editing and stuff like that. Second item here, we have the Logitech MX keys. This is the Apple version of the keyboard. Again, it's just a nice low profile keyboard that sits fairly nice, and it's a little long with the number pad, but it fits nicely in the backpack next to the computer, and it's a nice little addition. Then we have Soundpeats T3. So these are a wireless earbud. They're pretty good battery life with this. I can't remember the exact specs. I'll see if I can look it up and put it up down below. But they have sound canceling, which is really handy, especially when I'm in the office. Then we have the Anker PowerCore, PowerCore Essentials 20,000. So it's a 20,000 milliamp hour, high capacity battery bank. It's an older one, and you can see it's taken a beating.
You prove a point.
What point? That I can take a beating?
It has more than enough charges to get a couple charges out of my phone, whatever else, keyboards, mice, when I do that kind of stuff. And then, yeah, so it's just an extra little safe bit to have a little bit extra power with you. Then the Apple Watch that I use. So I usually normally I would run with just like a simple Casio. So I use this mostly for paying for things with tap, right? Without the pay feature, I would probably just go back to it.
And a Casio.
Because all I need is date and time most of the time. A second alert for text messages, yeah, okay, that works really nicely too, but I don't use it for any of the tracking or health monitoring things right like that. And then I have the next item here is the InCharge 6. And you may have seen this before in a couple of my other videos, but I had sent off to the company that makes these saying that it was fraying, and no questions, they sent me a new one, which is another good reason to buy name brand instead of the knockoffs, right? And this thing has, of course, all the USB-A to USB-C, USB-C to USB-C, USB-C and A to Lightning or micro USB. So it's a pretty handy little thing just to have on your keychain or whatever, but I throw one of those in my little tech kit as well. Next, so this is the Sabrent ECT3NS Thunderbolt 3 enclosure.
Might just be grad student gibberish.
So this is supposed to get about 3,000 to 3,500 megabytes per second, but I'm only getting about 1,200, and I think that has to do with the M.2 device I have in this enclosure. So I cheaped out, and I shouldn't have, 2 terabyte M.2 in here. And it was one of the cheaper ones, but at the time it had really good ratings and everything. And like I said, I'm only getting about 1,200 megabytes out of that. But it's still plenty fast to edit off of. The enclosure itself is solid aluminum. It is a tool-free design, and it was one of the cheaper ones that I could find at the time. Moving on, so the next item is my iPhone. Now, the iPhone is actually recording my overhead shot here. I just run, it's a iPhone 12 Pro Max with the 256 SSD. Still works great. The battery life is starting to slow down a little, so I will eventually replace it, but the thing is still absolutely mint condition. I've always had screen protectors and cases on it. The next thing we have to look at is the MacBook. I finally got a MacBook so I could be a little bit more portable. I sold off my little M1 Mac Mini, and it was a 16 gigabyte 256 SSD model, but it was when it first released 2020, and it was doing everything I really needed. These videos, it was editing those just fine. I just wanted a bit more portability, and seeing as I was already ready to upgrade, I figured I may as well get a boost in performance as well. So this is the M3 Pro chip with the 12 core CPU and 18 core GPU. And I also went with the 36 gigabytes of RAM. So it still only has the 512 SSD.
It's not enough.
But like I said, I run off of external drives anyway, so I was going to go with the 14-inch MacBook, but then I saw the 16 in space black, and I had to get it. It was so nice. The screen is so much more usable, especially with editing. The portability aspect of the 14 and the lighter weight would have been really nice, but that extra screen real estate, I think, is a big win. So to keep this safe in my backpack, I slip it into just the Tom Talk sleeve. I'm not sure if there's an actual name for this one or not, but it has the corner armor. It is super soft polyester here. It has an extra sleeve, so if you ever wanted to throw something in there just for shits and giggles, I guess. But I just put that directly in whichever bag I'm using for the day. And I have a couple of different bags I typically use if I'm bringing around my laptop. Now, depending on where I'm going, obviously makes a big difference, but the typical one I use is just this simple, it's just a Volcom bag, and then this is meant to hold your skateboard, I think. It has a nice padded laptop sleeve, and then a couple of different organized compartments for all of the other paraphernalia. The weather's bad. I'll use my DB Journey roll top bag. And there's a video about this bag on my channel. I've already gone through this, but it is a waterproof bag. It has a laptop sleeve in it as well. And it's just in case if it was snowing or raining or something, it's nice to have that waterproof ability. Other than that, I don't think there's anything else I haven't covered, really.
You've done enough already.
Like I said, none of this stuff, well, other than the laptop, none of it's really the latest and greatest. I really have a hard time upgrading just to upgrade. I like to wear my gear out. Until I absolutely have it fail, I don't like to spend the money on replacing it. So I think that's a pretty solid reasoning, and you can go from there with that. But anyways, if you guys like videos like this, let me know. If you guys, maybe next time, if you guys want to see what I actually use for the studio around here and how I have my desk set up, especially with this, let me know down below. I'll see if I can make something happen with that. But anyways, I think that's about it. If you guys like videos like this, please remember to like and subscribe, help grow the channel, and we'll see you in the next one. Pretty good. Oh, did I mention my coffee cup? It's a coffee cup. I mean, any part of tech, you need coffee, so. Much better. Okay.